We have created a series of videos to discuss Texas' long range plan for technology and how you can create a custom plan for your district. First, let's talk about who these videos are for and how to use them. Who is this for? This is designed to guide every district to create their own long range plan for technology. This can also be used to guide individual campuses and classroom teachers. Let's talk about what you will need to best utilize these videos. First, your team. Who in your district is a vital part of the technology conversation? How can you involve the necessary parties and decision makers? Second, bring your creativity. We all face new and evolving challenges daily as we do our best to serve our students. Our technological resources are important and exciting tools that create opportunities for us to think outside the box as we work together to plan for technology and education. Third, download the workbook associated with this module. We will be reflecting on what you're already doing, what you want to begin, and what your goals are. We will be talking about big ideas in these interactive videos. The workbook is a vital part of the process. See the link below to download your workbook now. What are some of the things you'll see in these videos? As we go, you'll see an orange box like this pop up periodically. These definitions will help expand on what we are discussing. You will also see this white folder. This is to remind you to check out the resources that help expand the topic being discussed. These videos are meant to be interactive. We will provide opportunities to pause the video throughout to reflect or make notes in your workbook. So go ahead, pause this video now to gather your supplies and print the workbook. Download using the link on your screen. What is the LRPT and how is it structured? The Long Range Plan for Technology, the LRPT, is an outline of strategic goals for technology in Texas and is intended to be used as a visionary guide to inform and influence educators as you make personalized decisions for your learners. The LRPT is structured into 6 strategic goals. Each strategic goal has 3 focus areas defined within it to help guide strategy creation. Each focus area is further broken down to include the biggest challenge, suggested actions, and short and long-term outcomes. The larger LRPT structure informs how to use these videos and how their resources are structured. There is one video for each of the 18 focus areas. This will allow you to watch the videos in order of what's most pertinent for your district. Each video will introduce the strategic goal and one focus area within it, digging into the challenge, each suggested action, and the short and long-term outcomes. Now, let's look at the LRPT structure as a whole. Remember, the LRPT is first broken down into 6 strategic goals, incorporating statewide trends in technology. Goal number 1, personalized, flexible, empowered learning. Goal number 2, equitable access. Goal number 3, digital citizenship. Goal number 4, safety and security. Goal number 5, collaborative leadership. Goal number 6, reliable infrastructure. As you think about how these goals relate to your district, remember that every school district is unique, so every conversation will be unique. While many share a great deal of challenges, like budget, competing priorities, and security threats, each technology plan should be tailored to individual needs, opportunities, and constraints you have. It's because of this uniqueness that the larger goals are further broken down into 18 individual focus areas. Each focus area reviews challenges, suggested actions, and short-term and long-term outcomes. We will be expanding on this framework during this video, guiding you to build a plan that serves you best. Because it's most likely that you will go through these videos and topics as needed instead of the order of the document, we have built a reference guide to help you easily find where you are in the document, what's next, and what focus area you are in. LRPT will be the first part of the reference description. Next, you will see the strategic goal listed as G, followed by the goal number 1 through 6. Then, the focus area will be highlighted as F, followed by the focus number within the strategic goal, 1 through 3. Lastly, the current section of the focus area will be listed. This could be either the challenge, indicated with a C, one of the actions, indicated with an A and the number, or the short-term or long-term outcome, indicated with either STO for short-term outcome or LTO for long-term outcome. Look for the reference diagram and reference notation in the corner of the slides throughout the video. The fifth of 6 strategic goals for Texas Long-Range Plan for Technology is collaborative leadership. Broadly, collaborative leadership is creating intentional opportunities for shared leadership and sharing of ideas and planning. To create an environment where this can thrive, it is important to establish group goals and norms. To use discussion and dialogue to work through conflict. To develop problem-solving and decision-making strategies to assure all voices are heard. And to ask what-if questions, to communicate openly with one another. Remember to pause this video to print your workbook if you haven't already. Now that we've introduced the strategic goal, let's review the focus areas. There are 3 focus areas to help guide the realization of this goal. 1, strategic planning. 2, shared services. And 3, state collaboration. Let's zoom in to focus area number 3, state collaboration. When we refer to state collaboration in this video, what are we referring to? LEAs and state education leadership working together to support one another to establish a technology direction and vision. Because both LEAs and state education leadership have the same goal for Texas students, to be independent thinkers and graduates prepared for success in college, career, or military, a collaborative approach is what best helps us reach this goal. Use the resources below for additional guidance on collaborative efforts around technology. Each district will achieve these goals in a different manner as you make decisions aligned for your unique needs. That's why each focus area is broken down into the main challenge, action steps to be taken, and short and long-term outcomes to watch for. First, let's talk about the challenge of state collaboration. Remember to download the workbook as a tool to collect your notes and reflections. It is common that LEAs don't have a clear understanding of the vision or goals of their oversight agencies, which hinders the LEA's ability to plan appropriately. One major downside to not having this clear vision is the probability of missing out on available resources for your technology challenges. Reflect on your collaborative use of resources. Would you say that you have a strong awareness of resources that are available for technology challenges? Pause the video here and use your workbook to write down your reflection on this challenge. We know the challenge. Now let's think about our first action. Action number 1 is to strengthen relationships with state leadership. If you were to outline some areas for improvement with state leadership around technology in your district, what would they be? What would be the action steps you would take to get you there? Pause the video here to write down those areas for improvement and possible action steps in your workbook. Also, ensure your team participates in the LRPT ESC roadshows. Use the resources below for additional information on strengthening relationships. Let's move on to action number 2. Advisory committees for technology, security, and the like present an opportunity to provide input, share concerns, and take ownership in outcomes. How participatory is your district in these types of advisory committees? Is there a group you participate in regularly that allows input and concerns around technology? Pause the video here to write in your workbook how you participate in groups like these, or how you plan to begin, and what benefits it brings to your district. Also, plan to attend the LRPT, TEA, ESC launch webinars and workshops, both in person and online. Use the resources below to guide you on progressing with this action step. Now, let's move on to action number 3. Action number 3 for state collaboration is to learn from others' successes. How is your district learning from the success of others? Using the LRPT's web-based resource center to share successful, innovative projects with LEAs across the state is a great way to find out what is working for other Texas students. This resource center also helps you stay aware of state and federal resources made available for technology projects. Use the resources below to guide you to the larger resource center. Now that we understand the challenge and have some actionable ideas, let's look at outcomes. The short-term outcome of focusing on state collaboration is working more effectively with others toward a common goal. What would it look like for your district to work more effectively with others toward a common goal? What type of collaboration would help you reach this outcome? Is it collaboration you are already involved in, or collaboration you need to begin? Use the resources below to help guide this outcome for your district. Pause the video here to reflect on this outcome in your workbook. Lastly, let's review the long-term outcome. The long-term outcome of this focus is better results, greater innovation, and higher productivity. If you were to define better results, greater innovation, and higher productivity, what would it look like for your district? What would collaboration that led to these benefits look like? How would reaching these improve your district holistically? Use the resources below to help guide the realization of this outcome. Pause the video here and write in your workbook what this type of dynamic growth would look like for your district. We've covered everything for this focus area. Now what? Continue to reflect on what you are doing and what you have done in support of this focus area. What obstacles and successes came to mind during this video? Who else should be included in this conversation? Find your team. Who is needed to move this focus area forward? Use your workbook and the provided resources as a starting point for a larger conversation around this goal. Start with action 1 and work with your team through each action step to make this a sustainable and customized plan for your district. The ideas you're writing in your workbook will be the material you use to build your district's LRPT. How will you use this reflection process to inform your plan? Lastly, write a short summary statement for this focus area. How would you summarize what you've done and what you need to do for this focus area based on your work so far? Pause the video here to write down your summary statement in your workbook. Thank you for your work to transform Texas education through technology.